Somebody say, oh, I only have 500. Someone say, I only have 1,000. We are not producing enough. And so at this season, the demand for celebration is high. The pool for resources is high because everybody is the end of the year. Can I just relax a little bit? So people are going towards the east. They are carrying food out of Lagos, which is a major zone and a major port entrance. We shouldn't be. We should have Port, we should have Akwa Ibom. But because we do not understand leadership, we are not studying what God was trying to say to us. So, but the Western people understand that this is the season where we are giving back. You have tax relief, you have this discount, you have half price here, half this. Some shops are doing it here, but very few. But when you have 200, almost 200 million people, because we're not even sure of our population. People say Lagos is 18 million, others say 22. Lagos is large. I was out 2 days ago. I had a fright. You know why? People, the human beings I saw. I asked myself, I said, are we this many in Lagos? But we are. People could not find vehicles. Nowhere in the world, that in a civilized world, that you have this kind of population, you don't have alternative routes. You don't have train station, bullet trains that are going by the moment. So we are in this part of the world where we haven't understood that leadership is not about being Oga. It's about descending.
When you talk about leadership, you know, with what I have seen, let's say from yesterday and today, is it leadership just about those who are at the helm of affairs, or leadership, you know, looking at it from every human being, individually?
Yes.
Because if there's supposed to be a lane for this fail kill,
exactly, everybody should be on that.
And then we have 4. Who is the leader here? Who are we talking about in terms of leadership?
Yes, ultimately, leadership is everybody, but on the global scale, whatever you put in place, a system, what you tolerate, you can't change. When a system has no justice, when a justice is over-prolonged, when your prisons are not functional, when you don't have a proper system of what we call national orientation, we are in a dog-eat-dog. Crabs scaling down because everybody is in a desperate mood. You blame the people, but you also blame a system. And our systems created by us. Ultimately, governance creates the ultimate system and environment. Ultimately. But in my own home, my husband there as a leader. In an organization, there's a leader CEO. In here, China, there's a leader CEO. But ultimately, policy makers, politicians, men who took power. Remember, it's called power. Why is it called power? Because you have authority to do something, but you don't use them. For example, I saw the road safety guys. I saw that they were also helpless. Because eventually they're trying to put order. The frustration that has been built up is also frustrating the people. And the young man that was driving me said, Madam, at this rate, if anybody tries us, we can beat him up. You know, the mindset is frustration. Why? Ultimately, prior to December, this is not why it's happening. There is frustration that is building up to creating this thing happen. How can a country that has petroleum have petrol scarcity? It is it's a wonder to the world. If you can't build big refineries, why not build cottage refineries? Why not state governments owning their own refineries and processing their own things? Buy from federal government. What kind of system are we running? So Christmas, God came down and said, look, I'm putting a new order. It's not about being on the throne. Come down and create a system for all. And that's what this is all about. So if I say I want to be a leader and I take leadership position, I should be able to say to myself that, okay, Juliet, you want to be a leader. To do what? To solve problems. So I must come where? Down. It's not about people responding to me up. It's about me coming down. And God could not demand from man to respond upward until he demonstrated by coming down. And that's what has not happened in most of leadership positioning across the nation. So this is an evidence of leadership across the land, like you said, at the higher level, at the lower level, and even at the family level.
So you say it's achievable. Is it really achievable?
Of course it's achievable. Why can't it be achievable? It was achieved in the West. Did angels and spirits build the West? I can't remember where I saw our forefathers going to build the West. It was built by men like you and I. So we need to think through processes and allow the system to work. Ultimately, the system we have chosen for the last 50 years is not working. Part of it is a socialist system. To a certain degree, even though we are doing democracy, we're a socialist state, where we have Big Brother Abuja, we need to allow the states to become viable. So that when we do, if Lagos is doing Christmas the way he or she wants, Enugu is doing it, Akwa Ibom does what she wants, Borno State is doing what they want, let the system work. But when you begin to hinder people from progressing, for example, someone said, oh, it's going to take us like 4 years to build those refineries that we built before. I said, who told you that's the one that people are building now? They are cottage refineries. Every nation must find solution. God said, on our perspective as Christians, this is our gospel, because this is the center of our gospel, that God said, okay, man, you can't save yourself. I am coming down. So leadership that does not descend to find solution at the barest minimum, the leadership is questionable.
We will take a moment and come back to look at finding solutions at the barest minimum. Is that really applicable in the Nigerian situation, and where do we start? We'll be back shortly, don't go away.